Okay. So this is a math we will start first. So this math is from emitter bias. Here they said draw the load line for the network in figure on the characteristics curve. That means this is also already given for the transistor appearing in figure for a Q point at the intersection of the load line with a base current of 15 microampere. Find the value of ICQ and VCEQ. Determine the DC beta at Q point. Using the beta for the network, determine in part C, calculate the required value of RB and suggest a possible standard value. Okay. At first, they say draw the load line. What is the load line actually? Load line is actually this one. Okay. At first, so you have to find a point in this line, and you have to find another point in this line. Okay. Then maybe here a point will be here, a point will be here. Then you have to draw the line. That is called load line. Then the base current, there will be a fixed value of base current, right? That base current, let's say 15. So it will cross here, right? This is a 15 line, right? 15 microampere. So this load line and that 15 microampere will be crossing there. So that will be your Q point. Q point means question point or operating point. Okay, Q point. So at first, what you have to do, we have to find this point and this point. Okay, how to do that? Let's see. So to find that, remember you have to find an equation that has an IC and VCE at the same time. An equation that has IC and VCE. What is that equation? Remember that equation is this one actually. If we apply a KVL here, that equation will have an IC and will have a VCE, right? Okay, let's do that equation. So how to do that? Let's find. I need a whiteboard. You can see the whiteboard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I apply the KVL, the formula will be like this. VCC minus IC into RC minus VCE minus IC, not IC, actually IE.
into RE.
Yeah, IE into RE, right, equal to 0. In place of IE, can we write IC? Because IE and IC, they are actually same, right? Almost. I told you earlier, they are almost same. So can I write IC? Okay. So VCC minus VCE minus IC into RC minus IC into RE equal to 0. I'm going to take IC common from here. So minus IC RC plus RE equal to 0. That means VCC, VCE equal to this. So I'm going to take this part on the other part, so that will be plus. So your VCC minus VCE equal to IC RC plus RE. Okay, that is the formula here. So let's write this formula. Let's write this formula here. VCC minus VCE equal to RC, IC, right? So you have RC plus RE. I'm going to put it here. That is the value of IC, right? We know it already. We know it. Now here, see, in this line, what is the value of VCE? What is the value of VCE?
0.
0. So I'm going to put 0 here. So if I put 0 here, what is the value of VCC?
18.
18 minus 0 divided by RC. What is the value of RC? 2.2. What is the value of RE?
1.1.
1.1. Now what is the value of IC now? So if you calculate everything, 18 divided by 2.2 plus 1.1, the value is 5.45. 5.45 milliampere. Okay, so that is the value when your VCE is equal to 0. That means when your VCE, okay, we are going to write it like this: IC when your VCE is equal to 0 equal to 5.45 milliampere. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to make them off. I'm going to delete them. I'll delete it. So where will be our point now? 5.45 in this line, maybe here, right? 5.45. That means at the middle. Okay. Now we have to find a point here, right?
CE.
Okay, VCE. Here, what is the value of IC in this line?
0.
0. So I'm going to put 0 here. So if I put 0 here, multiply this with that. So your VCC minus VCE will be what? Will be 0, because if you multiply the resistance with 0, it will be 0.
Yes.
Take the VCE on the other side. So your VCC minus, no, not minus, equal to VCE. So we can call VCE equal to what?
18.
18. So this is when your IC is equal to what?
0.
When your IC is equal to 0, that time your value is 18. So let's put that value here. Why is 18? Maybe here is 18, right?
Yes.
So we are going to draw a line. Okay?
Sir.
Understand?
Sir.
Yeah. You understand something?
Sir.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now the Q point. The Q point will be the intersection of load line with the base current of 15 microampere. Why is 15? Here is 15. So we can call it, this is our
Q point.
This is our Q point. We can call it
Yes.
Q point. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, so our this is done. This is done. Okay? Now here they said find the value of ICEQ and VCEQ. Q means Q point IC, Q point VCE.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do not need these anymore. I'm going to delete them. So let's find. Okay, at this point, what is the value of your IC? How to find? Draw a line. This is for IC. Draw another line. This is for VCE. So what is the value? What is the value of IC? IC means not only IC, it should be ICQ. That means Q point IC. What is the value? Let's say this is 3.2, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to be accurate. Remember, don't have to be accurate. Gaze or be close. or 3.25 maybe. Now next one will be VCEQ, right?
Yes.
What is the value of VCEQ? You can call it 7.5.
5.7.
Oh, yeah, 7.5, not 5.7. Because 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
So we call it 7.5. Okay? Got my point?
Sir.
Okay. Now they said, so this is also done. So determine the DC beta of Q point. DC beta means, what is the value of beta? IC divided by IB, right? That is the beta,
Yes.
right? But they said find the beta for Q point. Q point means your current will be Q and your current will be Q. That means at that point, what is the value of IC? At that point, what is the value of IB? Okay?
Sir.
Let's put the values. What is the value of IC on that point?
3.2.
Yeah, 3.2. Okay, what is the value of IB? 15, right?
15 microfarad.
We already know it. So 15 microfarad means 0.015, right? In milli actually.
Yes.
So what is the value? Let's find maybe 200. I do not know. So 3.2 divided by 0.0015. Yeah, 213. 213. That is your DC beta. Understand? Hello?
It's 213.3, sir.
Okay, no problem. 213 doesn't matter. Last question, they said, using the beta for the network, determine in part C, calculate the required value for RB and suggest the possible standard value. Okay, so you have to find out the value of RB. How to find out the RB? Remember the value of IB. What is the formula for IB? To find the formula of IB, you have to use a what? KVL in this side, right?
Yes.
So to if you apply a KVL, your IB will be like this: VCC minus VBE divided by RB plus beta plus 1 RE, right? That is the formula that we already know it.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is VCC? 18. What is VBE? 0.7.
0.7.
What is RB? We do not know. Let's write it like this: RB. What is beta? 213 plus 1. What is RE? 1.1.
1.
What is IB? 15. Right?
Yes.
Microampere. Microampere means we have to write it in milliampere.
Yes.
0.015. Now here the only unknown thing is RB, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you find out the value?
Yes.
Okay. So let's check whether the value is all right or not. 3.2, 7.5, 213, and 5.45 and 18. Okay. Let's check our answer is correct or not. Here, your VCE, when it is 0, your current is 5.45. Your IC, when IC is 0, your VCE is equal to 18. That means we are correct. So next, 0.2, 7.5, and 3.3. Okay, they said 3.3, we said 3.2. That's it, no problem. Okay, 3.3 divided by 15. So they got 220, we got 213. No problem. Okay, see that how they draw the graph? Like the way we did, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then Q point is this one. They draw lines, 7.5, 3.3. That's it. Next, IB is equal to VCC minus VB RB plus beta plus 1 RE. So that is that we already know, right? At 15 microampere, if you put everything there, the value of RB will like this. How much?
9.
910. 910 kilo ohm, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that we already know. Maybe they made a mistake here. This is not plus. This should be equal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I believe you can do it. Now, this is called load line analysis. This math type is called load line analysis. Here you do not have to find IB, IC, IE, not like that. Here a setup is given, a characteristic curve is given. You have to find operating point. This is called load line analysis. So this load line analysis can be available for your fixed bias, emitter bias, voltage divider bias, voltage feedback bias. For every bias, it is possible. So you know how to do it, right? At first, you have to find out what is the VC, what is the IC, what is the VCE, draw a line, intersection point will be there, that is your Q point, find the other values.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Now we will be learning about the voltage divider bias configuration, right? Remember, voltage divider configuration is the best configuration among all the other four. Okay? Why? Why it is the best? Because you have the best stability. Your stability will be the best in the voltage divider bias configuration. Remember, this can be your Viva question. Which one is the best and why? Got my point?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So you four of you are doing the class. No, 7 of you are doing the class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that time you can understand, right?
Yes.
Okay. Only Day Ali is talking. Day Ali, what is your actual good name?
Hey, Ali.
Your name is Day Ali?
No, Ali Awais.
My father's name is Ali.
You.
Yeah, my father. His name is Ali. Okay, Ali is a good name. But Day Ali, because your name has a lot of symbol on your name. D has a something like that. E has a something like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now here, voltage divider bias. So we are going to do the voltage divider bias. What is the voltage divider bias? See, previously we have seen emitter bias that has a resistor in the emitter. We have seen the fixed bias that has no resistor in the emitter. Now we are going to see the voltage divider bias that has a voltage divider in the input side. That means 2 resistors, 1, 2. None of them are RB. Remember, see, they are not RB. See, can you see?
Yes.
They're not RB. So now you cannot apply a KVL and find the IB. Remember, the current that is going through this resistor, that is not IB. The current that is dividing and going in that way, that is your IB. This is your IB, not this. No, this is not your IB. Understand? So this is a problematic setup, but we have to do it. How to do it? We have to use Thevenin. What is that? Have you ever heard of Thevenin? Thevenin?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, we have to apply Thevenin theorem to do it. Okay, so this is the RTH, this is the ETH. RTH, ETH you have to find. Then you have to find out the IB. Then we have to find out the VCE. That's it. So let's do a math, right? Let's do this math, okay? Let's do this math because the formula is already here. You can see, but I am not going to show you this formula. I'm going to do it for you, okay? With you actually. Okay. So here, if a problem is given, we have to find out the solution, or we have to convert this thing into a smaller one. So do that. See, this part should be unchanged, right?
Yes, sir.
This part. Okay, by the way, before doing anything, let's get rid of these this capacitor, because these capacitors are DC blocking capacitor, these two. The input capacitance and the output capacitance, there's a DC blocking capacitor. What about these? What type of capacitor is this? This is a bypass capacitor. What? Bypass capacitor. The input capacitance and output capacitance, they are the DC blocking capacitance. And the capacitance that is with the RE, that is the bypass capacitance. Okay? Now here, so all of them are eliminated. Here, this part, you can see, this part is unchanged. They should be unchanged. Okay?
Yes.
So what we are going to do, I'm going to make them separated. How to make them separate? Oh, no. How to make them separate? See, here we have 22 volt. So we're going to write 22 here. We're going to write 22 here. That means separately. Same thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to delete these because they are separated. Now you can see this part is unchanged. They should be unchanged. The only thing we have to change is this one. Okay? So what we're going to do, we are calling this thing as our load. So this is our point A. This is our point B. Thevenin, right? A and B. So we are going to remove them. How to remove them? We are going to keep them separated and unchanged. So now here, this part. So what I'm going to do, I am going to I'm going to draw the resistance like this. This is 39. This is also 39. And this is 22. So I'm going to write the 22 here. And the ground will be here. Okay? Now I'm going to, oh, this is 22. That is VCC. Now I am going to delete this part. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Same thing. Now what you have to do, you have to convert this circuit, the whole circuit, that means this circuit, to Thevenin one, Thevenin. So how to convert? So as we know, our Thevenin is like something like this. Thevenin will have a resistor that is RTH. Thevenin will have a voltage source that is ETH. This is RTH. This is what?
ETH.
ETH. What is RTH? RTH will be the combined resistance of this circuit. So to find the RTH, remember the main goal or the main work will be what? Will be shorting out this one, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to short out this one. Then see, they are actually parallel, right? These two resistors are what?
Parallel.
Parallel. So your RTH will be what? 39 parallel
3.9.
3.9. If you do the parallel, what will be your answer? 39 inverse plus 3.9 inverse, whole inverse. Your value is 3.54 or 55. 3.55 kilo ohm. Can I write that?
Yes, sir.
What is ETH? ETH will be the point of your A, point of your B. Okay? ETH will be the voltage between point A and point B. That means this point actually. So what is the point? What is the voltage of this point? Here you have a voltage divider, right?
Yes, sir.
Voltage divider. This resistor. This voltage will be divided here and here. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So how much volt this resistor will get? So I'm going to write ETH. That will be 3.9 into 22 divided by 3.9 plus
39.
39, right? So here the formula is what? R2 into VCC divided by R2 plus R1,
Yes.
right? That is the formula. So if you try to find these, 3.9 into 22 divided by 3.9 plus 39, the value is 2.
Yes,
How
sir.
much? 2. So I'm going to write 2 volt. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase everything. Remember, 3.55, 2 volt. I'm going to erase everything. And I'm going to redraw the circuit. 22. Here you will have a resistor, that is your RTH. That is your ETH. RTH, what is the value of RTH?
3.55.
55 kilo.
Yeah.
What is ETH?
2.
2 volt. Understand?
Yes.
So now bring back your circuit. This is your circuit now. So here, which one is IB? So a current will come out, a current will go through, a current will go, a current will come down, right? That will be your IB. And which one is your IC? A current will come, current will come, current will come, like that. Previously, these two sources were equal. Look at this. This is look like a emitter bias, right?
Yes.
Exactly like emitter bias, but previously the sources were equal, and these resistors were a bit bigger. But now sources are not equal now. This source is big, this source is very small, so the resistor is small. Okay, so can you find out the IB?
Yes.
How? Apply a KVL. 2 volt minus IB into 3.55 minus VBE minus IE into 1.5. Apply another KVL. 22 minus IC into 10 minus VCE minus 1.5 into IE. So you can find everything from here, right? IB, IC, and everything else. Can you find out?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you have to do, you have to convert the voltage divider bias to an emitter bias. After that, see something like this. Okay. After that, at first we did that. Remember the 39 and 3.3. 39 and 3.3. Now what? Now you have to do this. Then combine everything, and then you can find IB, IC, VCE, and everything else. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is called the voltage divider bias. Now, last topic will be the fourth one, and that will be the end of your syllabus. Although I had something in my mind, I wanted to teach you JFET, that means FET, field effect transistor, but maybe I will not get enough time before Eid. So if you want, that is not included in your syllabus. No question will come from there. Okay? No question will come from there. But if you want, I will take one extra class after the Eid. Remember, no question will come from there. So if you want to take one extra class on JFET, I will give you one class. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, remind me, let me know. Sir, we need an extra class on JFET. So no question will come from JFET, remember. Okay? Okay, okay, my dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next one is this one. No, not this, not this, not this. Yeah, this one. This one, this one. No, not this. Oh, collector feedback configuration. That means biasing with voltage feedback. Collector feedback configuration, or sometimes it is called biasing with voltage feedback. Okay. So here, this is the circuit. Normally, what happens? This resistor is connected with directly to the VCC, right? This resistor is directly connected to the
PCC.
That means here it is not connected here. This is connected here.
Yes.
So IB will come out and IB will go. But right now, in this configuration, this is not connected to the VCC. This is connected to what? Collector. This is connected to collector. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how to analyze this? So there is an approximation method in your book, but I do not like approximation. I will be doing separately. That means let's solve this math. So to solve this math, what we have to do? At first, we have to what? Get rid of the capacitor. Right?
Yes, sir.
Apply KVL in the input side. Here, what is the current? What is this current? Which one is IB? IB is this current. Okay, no. Let's use this. IB is this current. Which one is IC? IC is this one or this one?
And
The
yes,
lower one, this one.
yes.
This one is IC. Which one is IE?
The lowest one.
The other one. So a current will come out from here, right?
Yeah.
This current will come and divide into two parts.
Yes.
So one current will be called IC, another current will be called IB.
Yeah.
So a current is coming like that. That current is dividing into two parts. One current is called IC, another current is called IB.
Yes.
Can anyone say what is the name of this current?
IBC.
IB
C.
plus IC, right?
Yeah.
That will be that current, right?
Yeah.
We can call it IC1 or IC prime, or we can call it what? Can we call that?
Yeah.
Because they are actually mixing together and become IE again.
Yes.
So we can call it IE as well. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the value? IC is equal to what? Beta IB, right?
Yeah.
So what is this value? Beta plus 1. What is this value?
IC plus.
IC plus IB, that means beta plus 1 IB, right?
Yeah.
So this is we know. Now you can actually you can actually apply the all other things. Now apply the KVL. This apply the KVL. So how to apply the KVL? Here you have 10 volt minus the current and the resistance. What is the current? IE, right?
Yeah.
Here the current is IE, but we are going to write beta plus 1. IB into 4.7. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Minus this current and resistance. What is the current? What is the current that is going through this resistance? IB.
IB
Okay. Into
250.
250 minus this drop 0.7
Yeah.
minus this resistance drop, right? How much is that? This resistance into IE, right?
Yeah.
So can we call beta plus 1
Into IB.
into IB into 1.2? Can you call it?
Yeah.
Okay, equal to 0. Here the only unknown thing is what?
IB.
IB. So beta plus 1 is beta is equal to 90. We know it already. So let's find the IB. Minus 0.7 divided by 91 beta plus 1 into 4.7 my plus, because they will be all common,
Yeah.
250 plus 91 into 1.2. So value of your IB will be 10 minus 0.7 divided by 91 into 4.7 plus 250 plus 91 into 1.2. 0.011.
Yes, sir.
0.0118. Yeah, like something like that. 82 actually. This is milliampere. So your value will be 11.82 microampere. That's it. Now find the value of IC. IC is equal to beta IB. Find the value of IE. IE will be IC plus IB. Find the value of VCE. How to find the value of VCE? Apply a KVL. If you apply a KVL here, what is the value? VCC, that means 10 volt minus 4.7 into what? Into IC or IE?
IC.
Not IC. IC is this one.
Yeah, IE.
IE. IE means whatever the value you have here.
Yes.
Minus VCE. Minus 1.2 into IE, right?
Yes, sir.
Here, can you see there is no IC? The IC is not used anywhere.
Yeah, because IC is divided.
Yeah, because IC is not going through any register.
Yeah.
That's why. Equal to equal to 0. So from there, IE is known. Everything is known. Only unknown thing is VC. Can you find out the value of VC? This is pretty simple, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I believe you can do it. No problem. So that's all for